Okay. Go.
You hand me my screen box.
Now go freak.
All right, so we are going to go on the record. Kevin Meadows, 232009.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Meadows. Mr. Meadows, would you please state your name?
Kevin Meadows.
All right, good morning. And all right, so today's the date scheduled for a jail review in this matter. And Mr. Meadows on March 19th pled guilty to probation violation. The court revoked his probation. He was on probation for possession of a dangerous weapon. The drug paraphernalia had been dismissed. The court ordered 60 days jail. We suspended 50 days of that with a jail review today. And Mr. Meadows is ordered no alcohol and drugs unless prescribed, ordered to submit to random testing. April 16th, it's alleging us a positive.
Yes, Your Honor. In addition, I would like you to know that Mr. Meadows does have the money to pay off all his costs and fines today. I believe he owes 192. He is gainfully employed full-time. He's apologetic for testing positive for rain, but that was a one-time bad decision, and it's not going to be repeated at this time.
If you were to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing. Water.
So what happened?
I made the poor choice of hanging out with old friends and made a stupid game and got a stupid prize.
Wait, I'm sorry, what's that? Stupid
Played
prize?
a dumb game and got a stupid prize.
You say stupid prize. I don't understand. I'm not.
It's just a figure of speech, Judge. He's acknowledging that he played with fire and got burned. It was his own decision. He takes full responsibility for it.
Are you working right now, sir?
Yes. Unfortunately, getting ready to come off one because I have lost my keys and been looking for them for the last 4 days. So I had my mom calling the dealership to have me a key cut because a locksmith costs $450. Now, I'm praying that it'll be cheaper to the dealer.
So are you working or not working?
Yes, I'm working. I just said I got the keys so I go to work tomorrow. My boss has been lenient toward me. He even came help me look for my keys.
So, sir, here's what I'm going to do. Right, you are on probation for possession of dangerous. Well, you were on probation for possession of dangerous drugs or possession of dangerous weapon. You had a possession of drug paraphernalia dismissed. The court discharged you from probation because you had failed to report to probation, tested positive for marijuana a number of times, as well as alcohol. Okay, so now I revoke probation, order, I suspend your jail, right? And yet you're testing positive for. When the court says no alcohol or drugs, sir, right? It's for your benefit, but you need to comply with the court's orders, and you're not doing that. And then it's on my conscience if you end up dead because you're continuing to use, or you end up injuring somebody because of your use.
I understand.
You have jail holding over your head and you're using cocaine.
It is a poor decision of being around the wrong people. I knew better than to be around.
Sir, I just did this a month and a half ago. And I did a short jail review because I wanted to make sure that you weren't using. And you're using.
Okay. I'll drop right now. I'm clean.
I am going to have you drop today. I'm going to have you drop today, and I'm going to have you come back on May 15th is when we're adjourning this, or sorry, May 14th, we're adjourning this jail review.
Okay.
I'm giving you very, very, very short window, sir, at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Defendant to test today. See you back on the 14th, 10 a.m. Stop at probation so they can give you the information regarding testing. Or no, you're already testing. But I need to let them know so they can tell them that you're testing today.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. We are calling the matters of Stephen Cox, 181361, 182084, 182085. We're on the record of these matters.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Cox.
Thank you. And Mr. Cox, your name for the record, please.
This is Stephen Cox.
Today's date scheduled for probation violation hearing. Mr. Cox is on probation. Well, he was sentenced in 2019, and it's alleged he didn't do anything. He was on probation for possession of controlled substance, no operator's license on person, as well as the driving license suspended. He's here for a show cause.
Yeah, it looks like
He owes money on that one.
a no ops.
And so, well, the no ops was with the possession of controlled substance, so he was on probation for both of those matters.
Oh, okay.
So, it's alleged that Mr. Cox did not complete any of his terms of probation, and it's alleged he failed the test, failed to complete workforce, and didn't complete any terms. And so, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, and after speaking with Mr. Cox, he is prepared to enter a guilty plea and acknowledge the allegations.
Okay, is he also entering a guilty plea as it relates to the show cause?
That's correct, Your Honor. Hired to pay costs and fines.
So you've heard the allegations, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And as to the allegations, excuse me, that you failed to complete any probation terms as it relates to 182085 and 182084, how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Relates to the show cause on 181361 that you failed to pay your fines and costs on your $494 balance. Well, that's what it was back in 2019. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
The recommendation is to revoke probation, close the case without improvement, pay your balances, and serve time in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
All right, and counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cox, is it true that you were placed on probation through the Wyandotte District Court back in 2019?
That's right.
As
Yes.
a term and condition of your probation, were you to drug test at the probation's request?
Yes, I was.
And were you to complete workforce as directed by probation?
I was, yes.
And you failed to do so, correct?
Correct.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement. Enter probation violation. And also accept your plea of guilty to the show cause violation. And counsel, ask the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. At the time, Mr. Cox was in a very bad place. He actually was homeless at the time, but he has since gotten his life on track. He is gainfully employed. He can start making payments starting today towards his costs and fines. He knows he owes the money. I'm just asking for an opportunity to give him a chance to make good on the money that he owes and to complete in the terms and conditions of probation. He showed up today. He understands. He made some bad choices before, but he'd like to prove to this honorable court.
All right, so sir, where have you been other than here?
I'm sorry?
Where have you been other than here?
Well, I've been in a bad place. I've been living in my basement, depressed, and I'm trying to get out and live my life. So that's why I came to you first. I have gotten into some trouble, and I'm trying to get in front of it so I can start living my life again.
What, you got into more trouble?
No, I've never, not since I've seen you. No, I haven't gotten in any more trouble. It's old trouble. I'm trying to come and make right.
Are you on probation anywhere, sir? Do you have any other matters?
No more, no pending probations. No,
If you were to test right now, sir, what's in your system?
absolutely nothing except my prescribed medication, Suboxone.
And where are you working?
Well, I was currently just working at Wayne's Fishery. I had to stop working there temporarily to deal with some court matters.
Okay, what matters are those?
The friend of the court.
Okay, you owe back child support, sir?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
How much do you owe in back child support?
Supposedly they say I owe 60,000.
How much?
60,000.
Okay, you on a payment plan?
Well, I'm talking with the detective right now, and I'm trying to get a motion to get back in there so they can change something and make it more feasible, so I can also live and provide to try to help pay for some child support.
So you're not working right now.
I'm just, currently not working because I'm in the middle of trying to take care of it. As soon as I get this taken care of, I can get right back to work. I have
It's a little bit of a catch-22 because you need money, so you need to work. I mean, you should be able to work and handle your court matters at the same time.
But the child support, I was working, and then the child support came into effect and wanted to take pretty much 90% of my pay, so I wouldn't have been able to work and live.
Oh, so you stopped working because they hit your check.
Yes, correct.
Okay, well, sir,
I have a letter here from my employer at Wayne down the road in Wyandotte, and he says that I'm a good worker, a great guy. As soon as I can get this taken care of, he'd love to have me back.
Sir, I don't doubt that you're a good worker. You have a child or children that you owe child support on. You clearly haven't made support payments for a very long time if you've gotten to $60,000 in arrearages. And you were working, and once the friend of the court found out where you were working, you decided to quit your job so you wouldn't have to make the payments. Well, and now you want to tell the court that you have the ability to make payments, but you don't have a job. And how are you going to enter into a payment agreement on your child support if you're not working, sir? I don't know. I'm just trying to get this together so I can get back to work and live and take care of everything. So how do you propose, sir? You were ordered to probation. You didn't do anything with probation. Nothing.
Right. Yes. Because
you didn't do anything.
Right, because at the time I was in a very bad place with depression, and I was homeless. I couldn't transport to anywhere. I didn't want to do anything for anyone, really.
So, sir, if I were to order you on a payment plan, how are you going to make that payment if you're not working?
Well, I do work, and I do odd jobs around. I cut grass around my neighborhood as well. And as soon as I get this taken care of, I'm going to be turning myself into the detective for the friend of the court so I can get that handled.
So how did you end up handling these matters? How did you end up getting these on the docket? Were you in custody somewhere? What happened?
No, I turned myself, I wanted to turn myself in so I can take care of it.
Okay, so again, how am I supposed to enter into a plea agreement with you, sir, or payment plan with you, sir, if you're not working and you can't make the payments?
Well, I can make the payments and I can work. I just don't have a job at the second, but I do have money from, a little bit of money from working, and I can make a payment today and get back to work and start making payments.
Okay, how much are you able to pay today, sir?
I can pay $120.
I'm going to order $50 on 18205 today. $50 on, wait, did I just say 1828084?
85, I think.
85, okay, so 1828084, another $50 today. And on 181361, $20 today.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'm going to set the sentencing on this matter for 30 days out, because I want to see what's going on with your employment situation, what information, what kind of income you have, sir.
Okay.
So we can adjourn this to June 4th. In the meantime, sir, you need to make payments. Okay, thank you. All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, we are on the record in the matter of Allison Thompson, 231962.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Ms. Thompson.
Thank you. All right, and your name, please.
Allison Blair Thompson.
Okay, I need you to be a little bit louder, please.
Allison Blair Thompson.
Okay, and so, Council, I just want to state, I believe, Ms. Thompson, you work at Cuisine, correct?
I recently changed jobs to the Sattler, also in Detroit. Which is
Okay, but you were there a couple months ago when I was there with a couple girlfriends.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because Ms. Thompson was our server.
Okay.
Right? So I just wanted to disclose that and see if there's any issues with this court continuing to preside over this matter.
I
I can
don't.
say that we didn't have any conversation about this matter. I think she was probably caught off guard that I was there. Wasn't anywhere in this area, and I didn't think that anybody would anyway, but we didn't have any conversation about that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Do you have any objection to this court continuing, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection, counsel?
No objection, Judge.
Okay. And I'll say that her service was very good, so I don't have any negative comments about that. And so Ms. Thompson is currently on probation with this court for an amended charge of operating visibly impaired. It was reduced from a high BAC. And she was sentenced in October, and it's alleged now that she tests positive pain March 18th and April 2nd. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. And after speaking with Ms. Thompson, at this time, we are prepared to enter a guilty plea to the allegations.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you.
All right. And you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Correct.
As to the allegations, you tested positive pain twice, once on March 18th, once on April 2nd. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
And you've gone over your advice of rights for probation purposes with your attorney, correct?
I don't believe so.
Well, I'm sorry. So, well, you signed this document today.
Okay.
Yes. And you read that?
Yes. Yes.
And you understood it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had the opportunity to ask your attorney any questions regarding that, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights. And you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
I do.
And you understand that the recommendation is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, 10 days jail.
I do.
You understand this court can adopt that recommendation whole, in part, not at all, or in its entirety.
I do.
All right, so then whole. And knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody promise you anything, threaten you, or coerce you in any way if you not enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and counsel, if you can please ready your client.
Sure. Ms. Thompson, are you currently on probation out of the Wyandotte District Court?
I am.
As a term and condition of your probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol that's not prescribed?
I am not a drug or alcohol that's not prescribed.
Did you in fact test positive on March 18th and April 2nd of this year?
Yes,
And you understand that that's a violation of your probation?
I do.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea per the plea agreement, or sorry, for the bond violation or probation violation. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, I would simply just ask for leniency on behalf of Ms. Thompson. Up to this point, she has taken probation extremely serious. She has completed 35 hours of community service. She has not accrued any new charges. She has paid her costs and fines. She's apologetic. She knows she messed up. I'm hoping that this is just an eye-opening experience to her, and she now knows that she cannot beat the system. So moving forward, I truly don't believe she's going to put herself in this position again.
You had a high BAC on your original charge. And you've been on probation, and now you've tested positive for twice, knowing that it would be detected in your system. And if you were to test right now, what's in your system?
Nothing.
When's the last time you gained?
That weekend of April 2nd, I have not had the desire to use since then. I was also notified that I tested positive in March. I really had no desire to use it.
So what was going on that you were using it?
What was going on that I was using it? I am dealing with what would be considered a squatter in my apartment. I tried to
A squatter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why would that be determined to be a squatter?
Well, I didn't realize that after 48 hours somebody gains residency rights at my apartment, and the police have had several interactions at my apartment with and I wanted to go out, and it was just there, and I wanted to acknowledge what was going on in my own apartment.
Is it somebody that you knew?
That I worked with briefly, who was going through a tough time, and I told him he could stay with me for a bit, and then he became very disrespectful and physical with me, and I did just want to distract myself from it all. And I know that's not a valid excuse, but that is what was going on at the time I tested positive.
And so where's this individual now?
Still in my apartment while I'm residing with my mother.
Well, ma'am, I mean, you have two positive tests. What's your work? Where is it you work now?
I work at the Statler restaurant, and I also just finished all but one class for my bachelor's at Wayne State Armors College. I've tried to pay all that I can for probation.
And what's your work schedule, ma'am?
My work schedule is evenings from 3:30 to about 9 o'clock, 11 p.m. on weekends.
And what days of the week do you work?
Tuesday, some Thursdays, and Friday through Sunday.
And so do you work tonight? Here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to adopt the recommendation. The court's going to order you to continue to complete all terms of probation, pay $50 probation violation fee. I'm going to order 10 days jail. I'm going to suspend 5. You're to serve 5. Are you scheduled to work this weekend? So I'm going to give you an opportunity, ma'am, to have a conversation with your employer, and you are to report Monday. So when you go into work, communicate with your employer. So you should be able to be back to work by next Friday. So you'd be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'd be out sometime on Friday. So you should be able to report to work on Friday, May 10th.
Okay.
So you need to report May 6th. That's the best I'm going to do for you, ma'am. So have a seat over probation, and Ms. Shine will be with you shortly.
Thank you, Judge.
Go back to you. All right, off the record for a moment. On the record, in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Chad Walters, 24507 and 173303. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Walters. Mr. Walters, would you please state your name for the record?
Chad Walters.
All right, and so, counsel, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor.
As to both, it's never appeared on the 2017 arraignment either.
Correct, Judge. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Walters regarding the charges. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And the court will note that on 173303, that's the state of Michigan, so that's a state matter. So we'll have to have two different dates. So the pretrial on the 24507 matter will be May 15th at 9:45 a.m. And the pretrial on the 173303 will be May 16th at 9:45 a.m. And counsel as to bond. Yes, as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like you to know that Mr. Walters currently resides in Lincoln Park. He's currently a caretaker for his son who has cancer. His wife currently works for the post office. We don't believe he has any other pending matters that we're aware of at this time. He's not currently on probation or parole. And after speaking with him at length, he did assure me that he would be appearing at all future court dates. So I would just ask, given the condition of his son, and Mr. Walters being his full-time caretaker, that this honorable court take into consideration a personal bond on his behalf.
Okay, and sir, you reside in Lincoln Park now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how long have you been in Lincoln Park?
3-4 months.
Okay, and that's Ann Street? What, I can't see the numbers, I can't read your numbers. 1469?
Yes, ma'am.
And so who's with your son now?
Excuse me?
Who's with your son right now?
His mother.
And do all of you live together?
Yes. The three of us.
Okay, and so, how old is your son?
5.
And what type of treatment is he undergoing?
It's called Search 17. It's a St. Jude clinical trial for leukemia.
What's going on up in Genesee County, sir?
I have a court date I gotta go to.
Okay, what's the charge?
A domestic dispute.
And who's the complaining witness in that domestic dispute, sir?
Well, my wife. She was backhanded me when we were in the car. So I dropped her off at a gas station.
Don't talk about the
Okay.
about the details of that. So, okay. So here's what I'm going to say, because you have some pending matters. And how long has it been since you've been working, sir?
3 years.
And how long ago was your son diagnosed with cancer?
3 years.
And why have you failed to appear in court on your other matters, sir? Your driving license suspended.
I didn't. I thought I paid it, and then I moved away too. Though I moved twice actually, and I really dropped the ball, and I will make it right.
Sir, the best I'm going to do for you is I'm going to order a $2,500 bond on each matter. On your 24507 matter, you're not to be released without an alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail. I understand, sir, you have some difficult life situations going on, but clearly there are some other issues going on that is not helping the situation. So based upon your previous failure to appear, the nature of the charges, your pending cases, the court's ordering $2,500 10% bond in each of these matters. You're also not to be driving at all either, unless you clear up your matter with the Secretary of State. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you. The matter of the City of Riverview versus Anthony Poole, 221369. Mr. Poole was scheduled for a show cause today. He failed to appear. He had previously been appearing. This court on June 26th, after revoking probation and sending him to jail, ordered 20 days jail. And since then, Mr. Poole has not contacted the court, not made any restitution payments, not appeared for a show cause hearing. Therefore, the court does find a willful intent to delay adjudication, and therefore this court's issuing an immediate warrant and setting bond at $10,000, 10%. All right, and so we are on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Jonathan Mukas, 24508 A and B.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Mukason.
Thank you. Mr. Mukason, your name please for the record.
Jonathan Ryan Mukusin.
Okay, and today is the date scheduled for the arraignment. Counsels your clients in custody. And as to the arraignment.
Yes, Judge, at this time we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
Or waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment, and as to the pretrial counsel.
As to the pretrial, we would set this matter for the pretrial.
Bond. Sorry, the bond.
No worries. It's been a long morning. I get it. Yes, Judge. Mr. Mukason is currently attending treatment at the Guidance Center. He's attending NA meetings 2 days a week. He's currently residing in Lincoln Park. He does have a few other warrants that he is aware of and that he needs to clear up. After speaking with him, he did assure me that he would be able to appear at all future court dates. He knows that these are pending, and he needs to start actually proactively appearing. So I just respectfully ask that all that be taken into account when assessing a bond.
Sir, where are you working?
Currently not working at this time, Your Honor.
Why
not? Because, Your Honor, my license has been recently suspended, and but the only work I was doing was basically just Uber and just delivering stuff to people and just giving rides to the community.
So how long have you not been working, sir?
For like an actual company, it's been about almost 2 years.
No, sir. How long has it been since you've actually worked, like outside of Uber or DoorDash?
Oh, almost 2 years.
And in that time, sir, you haven't been able to work somewhere else, whether it's walking distance or working from home?
No, I've worked for people that I knew through friends of the family, and you know, it was okay for the first few months, but you know, they see that, you know, all the stuff that I have to go through, and you know, stuff that I got to do to go through probation and go to these meetings and see my caseworker and see my therapist, and I have to go to the nightly NA meetings. It's put me to a point where like they don't want me. They want to either work me full time or let me work part time, or the people just decide over time they just don't want me working for them at all because I can't make a commit enough to work full time for them because I have, you know, so much other stuff going on. I've been able to only, you know, the jobs that I can control under my own schedule through like Uber or Lyft, I can just do that at any time. But you know, I would like to work for a real actual company again at some point. And you know, going through my court or the court system now is I actually was supposed to be coming here on the 5th, and I had a case transfer over from Southgate, so I was actually supposed to be starting I guess a drug recovery program. with somebody that works here under her name's Courtney.
Oh, okay, all right, the treatment court,
Yeah, I was supposed to be coming here on the 5th.
6th, because the 5th is Sunday. So you're going to be here on Monday?
Yes.
Okay,
And I was supposed to be meeting with somebody named Courtney. She's a probation or some kind of coordinator from the program.
yes. Here's what I'm going to do, sir. We're going to make sure that you're coming back to court. So I am going to order a $10,000 personal bond. You're not to be released without a GPS tether through Wayne County Jail. I'm going to order house arrest. If you have an appointment, sir, then you need to notify your tether agent, okay?
So
You're able to leave. You're able to leave for appointments. So if you have to meet with Courtney here, you have to email in your tether agent, okay? You're not to possess or consume the alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. All right, anything else?
I can't think of anything else, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, and then you'll be back on May 14th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We're going to go off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, I think that's everything.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks. Okay, bye.
Have a good day.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're going to start bringing people in person. People are going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.